To order. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Senators Amy Marcos and Senator Angara. The Committee on Finance has been doing spectacular work. Both of these senators have been attending regularly and participating in the Senate work, which is commendable. I just want to say that it's a pleasure to have you here this morning. Our Justice Committee Secretary, Attorney Joe Mark Babia, will recognize our resource persons. Mr. Babia, please.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Our guest for today from the Department of Foreign Affairs, we have the Principal Assistant Office of Consular Affairs, Miss Crystal Ann S. Dunuan.
Can you raise your hand, please? So I can see you. Crystal, can you put on your TV so I can see you?
Yes, sirs. Good morning po to our honorable members of the Senate Committee of Justice. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Thank you for coming. Go ahead, Judge Omar.
From the Department of Justice, the State Counsel, Attorney Lourdes R. Mendoza.
Good morning, Lourdes. Are you there? Are you the lady with the glasses?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chair, and good morning, honorable senators. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
From the Office of the Solicitor General, we have the Senior State Solicitor, Attorney Fenicar A. Tabao.
Good morning, Solicitor Tabao. Are you there? Yes, you go. There you go. All of you wear glasses.
From the Bureau of Immigration. Sorry, sir. From the Bureau of Immigration, we have the Board of Special Inquiry, Attorney Ruben Casibang Jr.
Ruben,
Mr. Chair.
would you like to raise your hand so I can see you? Okay, good. Nothing wrong with raising your hand. You're not yet under oath. Thank you. Go ahead, Judge Mark.
From the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency, NICA, we have Assistant Director General, Directorate for Counterintelligence, Mr. Rolando E. Asuncion.
Good morning, sirs and moms. Gandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Good morning, Dr. Rolando Asuncion. You look
And
very
also-
formidable this morning. And then who else?
And also we have from NICA also Directorate for Counterintelligence, Miss Maria Cita L. Santos.
Maria? Oh, there you are. Hi, Maria. Lovely name. We just met a girl named Maria. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Go
We
ahead.
have also sir the manager of the Philippine ASCALs, Mr. Patrick Ace Bright.
Mr. Bright.
Good morning.
You can brighten up our day. Go ahead, Joe Mark.
And we have also the Deputy Executive Director, Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas, Inc., Mr. Butch Antonio.
Butch. Hello, Mr. Antonio. How are you?
Good morning, sirs.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Thank you for coming.
And also we have Mr. Benvenido Marañon Morejon.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Magandang umaga sa iyo. Bienvenido.
Magandang umaga po.
Salamat. At sino pa?
And also sir, we have Mr. Angelo Kuwame.
Good morning, Angie. Ange, good morning. You're on mute. Ange, you're on mute.
Good morning po.
Good morning,
And
boss.
also, we have his counsel, sir. Counsel, Attorney Jose Feliciano III.
Jose Feliciano III. Sounds like the son of my classmate or my schoolmate in Ateneo. Are you there?
Yes, here,
He
Senator.
supports the same school you do in UAAP, Mr. Chairman.
Well,
Senator,
I always win. Until Xavier gets a basketball team, you will still lose one game, but at least you will win in UP with me. Is that it, Joe Mark?
And we also have Mr. Sunny Barrios from Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas, Inc.
Sunny Barrett, good morning. Good morning. And anybody else?
That's all, sir, for our guest for today.
Thank you very much, Joe Mark, for your kindness. And this hearing is on the matter of granting Philippine citizenship to Bienvenido Morejon Marañon, and Kaku Ange Frank Williams Kwame. The following bills relating to the proposed measures were referred to the Committee on Justice and Human Rights. These are Senate Bill number 1391, granting Philippine citizenship to Senor Bienvenido Morejon Marañon, introduced by Senator Juan Miguel Subiri. Very fitting author. He is a boss. And also, Senate Bill number 1892, granting Philippine citizenship to Kaku Ange Frank Williams Kwame, introduced by Senator Sonny Angara. I believe I also authored the bill. I don't know whether that was filed. And Senate Bill number 2058, granting Philippine citizenship to Kaku Ange Frank Williams Kwame, introduced by this representation. House Bill number 8361, granting Philippine citizenship to Bienvenido Morejon Marañon, and House Bill number 8632, granting Philippine citizenship to Kaku Ange Frank Williams Kwame. Before we begin, I'd like to cite the jurisdiction of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights in hearing the bills granting Philippine citizenship. Rule 10, Section 1322, Rules of the Senate, year 2020, and I quote, all matters relating to the organization and administration of justice, civil courts, penitentiaries, and reformatory schools, probation, impeachment proceedings against constitutional officers and other officers largely legally removable by impeachment, registration of land titles, immigration and naturalization, the implementation of the provisions of the Constitution on human rights on all matters pertaining to the efficiency and reforms in the prosecution service. Under Article 4, Section 1 of the 1987 Constitution of the Philippines, there are two general ways by which Philippine citizenship may be acquired. First, by parentage or blood relationship with the father or with the mother who should be a Filipino citizen in either case. And second, by naturalization, which is the act of adopting a foreigner and clothing him with the privilege of a natural-born citizen of the Philippines. I dare say this is an application by a foreigner who wants to have a choice on his citizenship as well. My father was like that. He was born an American, but he elected to be a Filipino and died a Filipino right here in our own country. And I'm very proud of him. Nationalization signifies the act of formally adopting a foreigner into the political body of a nation by clothing him or her with the privileges of a citizen. Under current and existing laws, there are three ways by which an alien may become a citizen by naturalization. A, administrative naturalization pursuant to RA number 9139. B, you apply in court, judicial naturalization pursuant to CA number 473 as amended. And C, legislative naturalization in the form of a law enacted by Congress bestowing Philippine citizenship to an alien. And this is in the case of Edison Shaw versus Republic of the Philippines, year number 170603, January 29, 2007. The process of nationalization values the opportunity to become more closely knit to the fabric of Philippine society. The naturalization of a foreigner is a matter of national interest. It is the full power and unqualified right to determine whether our national interest will be promoted by conferring citizenship to an applicant. It is a privilege, not a right, that an applicant must not only be found to be free from any legal impediment, he or she must have the moral values and must have conducted themselves or herself in a proper and irreproachable manner. The purpose of this hearing is not only to screen the qualifications of two applicants for naturalization. The other reason that may be invoked is the necessity to test the sincerity of their intention. I emphasize this. The applicants in this hearing are both athletes representing our Philippine flag in football and basketball. To my mind, it goes beyond representing them, representing our country in football and in basketball, but really emanates from a sincere desire to be part of the very rich Philippine culture and enriching it by your contributions to our people. Bienvenido Morejon came to the Philippines on May 17, 2015 to play for the Ceres Negros Football Club, one of the teams in the Philippines Football League, with registered office address at Ayala North Point in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental. Since playing for the team, Mr. Morejon was named the top scorer of the league in 2017 and 2019, and the best import player in 2017, 2018, and 2019. He was also the top scorer of the AFC Cup, an annual continental club football competition organized by the Asian Football Confederation and participated in by 36 teams in 2019. Student athlete Kaku Ange Frank Williams Kwame has dominated the basketball scene and earned the favor of the Filipino crowd with his commitment and desire to continue living in the Philippines. He stands 6'10", and Mr. Kwame averaged 12.5 points, 11.8 rebounds, 2.9 blocks, and 1.4 assists to lead the Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles into a 16-0 sweep and three-peat title contest in the UAAP season 82. He was the Rookie of the Year in season 81. Originally, he comes from Cote d'Ivoire in Africa. Now, Filipinos love sports, but they also love a gentleman or a citizen or a would-be citizen who loves them back, who loves the country and is willing to work hard, not only for his own personal pride, but because he wants to add pride to the country. I'm glad that our Basque Senator, Mick Subiri, is here. Señor Subiri, bienvenidos, amigo.
Buenos días.
Buenos
Buenos
días.
días.
Sí.
Tío Dick.
Okay. All right. Sports play a huge role in Pinoy sporting culture. Football and basketball are sports events of choice for many Filipinos because they are accessible. These are accessible and entertaining. That you will see football fields and basketball courts in all regions of the Philippines. More than just carrying the Philippine flag with the grant of Philippine citizenship, playing for Ascals and Gilas in international tournaments, beyond their roles in playing their respective sports events, what we hope these applicants will engender ay maging Pilipino sa isip, salita, at sa gawa, and that they become real exemplars of what we Filipinos want to be. Not just winners, but gentlemen and certainly proud of the country that they have chosen. I cite my father, who was born an American citizen. All his brothers were born American citizens. They went back to the States. That's their choice. But my father, by choice, elected to be a Filipino, serve his country, and he was assassinated after 3 years in office, after having made Olongapo into a city. So I only cite that not because I'm so proud of my father, but because I want to emphasize the fact that we are not getting you here as citizens so that you would have a temporary time to play for us. We would like you to be truly Filipino, truly proud, and truly manifesting the great effort that most Filipinos must try in the struggle for a better life. And so with this, I would like to open the interpolation. I will interpolate later. We will go by whoever was first, and of course, ladies first. Amy Marcos is always here in our hearings, and I welcome her. Masipag talaga, Ilocano Gayam. So, Amy, you have the first choice. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'm just here to support Sani Angara's effort as well as our majority leader's effort. Full support lang po para sa naturalization nitong dalawang distinguished athletes. It's been an honored tradition in the Philippines to endow citizenship on those foreign nationals who have given notable service to our country as well as to the Filipino people. I think there can be no question that Kako Angge, Frank William Kwame, deserves this honor and privilege, given that he has he has served the Philippines well and nobly here and overseas, while, of course, Apong Marañon has done the same. Bienvenido Marañon has popularized football and will no doubt be a distinguished contributor to the ASCALs and our other efforts in the new game. So that will be all just to support. I'm also under very strict orders from my governor, Matthew Manotoc, who insists that we need the players like Kwame to revitalize our basketball landscape. Thank you.
Of course, I now call on the Right Honorable Majority Floor Leader of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines, Senor Miguel Zubiri.
Muchas gracias to our chairman. I can't, Mr. Chairman, if you speak to me more in Spanish, I might answer you in Bisaya. My apologies. Unfortunately, my parents speak better Spanish than I do.
Wala ako ng Bisaya.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Allow me just to give a sponsorship speech, co-sponsorship speech on this distinguished gentleman from now Negros, because he now plays for, of course, he plays for Ceres and, of course, the ASCAL team. Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues, I'm here today to sponsor Senate Bill number 1391, which seeks to grant Philippine citizenship to Bienvenido Moreon Marañon, who, by the way, Mr. Chairman, I don't think is related to former Governor Marañon. Born on 15th May 1986, Mr. Marañon started playing football as a young boy in the streets of Cadiz City. His special talent in the sport became apparent in his early life, earning him his first paycheck as a professional football player at a young age of 16. He came to the Philippines last May 17, 2015 to play for Ceres Negros Football Club, one of the teams of the Philippine Football League. And since playing for the team, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Marañon has been named the top scorer of the league in 2017 and 2019, and the best import player in 2017, 2018, as well as 2019. In 2019, he was also the top scorer of the AFC Cup, an annual continental football club or competition, rather, organized by the Asian Football Confederation and participated in by 36 teams. In the 5 years he has been playing football for the Philippines, Bienvenido Marañon has come to love the country and its people. He engages himself in community work, collaborating with the local football clubs in Sagay and Bacolod, in Negros Occidental, Boracay, and in Aklan, as well as in Manila. He wants to inspire and encourage the Filipino youth to play the sport that saved them from drugs, alcohol, and other bad habits. He dreams rather, of building a family in this country. Very good. And raising his children surrounded by the kindness and humility and hospitality that Filipinos are known for. And I think he's at home in Negros and Iloilo, Mr. President, because really that seems to be the home of Philippine football. When everybody there go crazy for football, there's a football field in every corner of those island provinces that I mentioned earlier. He also aspires to represent the Philippines as part of the national team, vying in international competitions and making the country proud and known as one of the top teams of the world of football. And you know, Mr. Chairman, in football, really skill is the most important. It's not size, it's not your height, it's not if you're stocky or you're big. Even somebody like Diego Maradona was 5'6", was a world-renowned football player. And so this is a sport that we really can excel. Unfortunately, Mr. Chairman, many teams around the world, many sporting teams around the world to play for football for their national teams have naturalized citizens as well, were they imported from other countries. So we thank our good sponsor, my dear Ninong, Senator Richard Gordon, for his work as the chairman of the Senate Committee of Justice and Human Rights. And we hope that with this measure, Mr. Marañon can continue to inspire the youth and contribute to our national football program and international football program as well when we do our international competitions. Hopefully soon, when this pandemic is over. We look forward to Mr. Maranyo's contributions as part of our beloved ASCALs, and we hope we can always also continue his good works as a member of the Filipino community. Maraming salamat. Muchas gracias, Senor Chairman Gordon. Muchas gracias.
Vamos a continuar. Senor Angara, do you have a question?
Just a few remarks, if you will permit, Mr. Chairman.
Of course.
Thank you. I'm not a mestizo like our majority leader. I'm pure Indio. I'd like to. At the outset, I'd just like to greet you and our colleagues, Mr. Chairman. Of course, our majority leader and our good senator, very hardworking senator from the north, Senator Amy Marcos. Also, both sports fans. And yourself, I'd like to, at the outset, thank you for very promptly calling this hearing. The House passed the Kwame naturalization and the Marañon Morejon naturalization last week, and you've acted very swiftly, as you are known to do. Thank you, sir. And I'd like to greet all our co-workers in government and all our resource persons here today, especially from the SBP. We have with us our Executive Director, Sonny Barrios, Deputy Executive Director, Butch Antonio. They do all the heavy lifting. We just show up for the meetings and read our scripts. Attorney Feliciano, he also came from the law office. We both came from Chairman Dick, no? But yun nga, unfortunately, he cheers for the wrong team in the UAAP. But just kidding. And of course, my compadre, si former Congressman Monico is here also. So to all, a good morning. I'm here just like Amy said, to support the two naturalization bills, or the two topics of naturalization bills this morning. For football, I'm in full support of the Zubiri bill. Tama po si Majority Leader. It's not height, or it's not physical capacities. It's really more of skill. He mentioned Maradona, and Messi is only 5'7". The lead scorer in the British Premier League is only 5'9". I think that's Mo Salah. So really, we welcome. We're lucky that there is such a skilled player who wishes to call the Philippines his home. So we fully support that bill, Mr. Chairman. But of course, we're here not only as chair of the SBP, but also as a basketball fan for the Philippines. And you correctly mentioned, Mr. Chairman, that your committee has the jurisdiction over these naturalization bills. And the last bill we passed for our Philippine national team, Gilas, was in 2013 or 2014. That's for Andre Blatch, no? And he really helped us in our international tournaments. But he's hit the peak of his career, and we need some fresh blood, and Ange Kwame really provides that. He's one of the most exciting players in Ateneo, and Ateneo is really unbeatable with Ange Kwame there in the middle, no? So he would be a wonderful addition to our Philippine national team, Mr. Chairman. He is a big, mobile, big man who really can defend. You know, the name of the game in basketball now is pick and roll, you know. But this guy can defend the little guys off the pick and roll, the quick point guards. Once they set the pick, he can still keep up on defense with the little guys. And that's very important, I think, in the game of basketball now. That's why the old immobile centers are becoming obsolete because the game of basketball has changed so much, Mr. Chairman. So we're fully in support. So the wonderful thing, as you mentioned, is I think Ange is not really here just to play basketball, but he's really here to make the Philippines his home. He's grown up. He has a barkada here. He has friends. He has an organization that cares for him, and is really prepared to help him settle in. He's already settled in, actually, but to help him settle in permanently, as you said earlier in your remarks. So we fully support the naturalization of both Ange Kwame and Benvenido Marañon Morejon. They would be wonderful additions to our national teams. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the time you've given.
Thank you very much, Senator Angara. Apart from that, Ange Kwame is the first homegrown. He's not an import coming from another country. He's been homegrown here. And as you say, he's had his own barkada. He has his foster parents here. He's developed Filipino values, and above all, he's maintained his humility. And he's very coachable, very trainable, and that's what I like about him. But I can say something more about him. In the meantime, I'd like to call another colleague, Senator Go. Are you there?
Mr. Chairman, can I just ask a question?
Sure.
Si Migs po. I want to ask, thank you. I just want to ask Senator Sani Angara, was he the player of Ateneo that beat the UP team last year?
He beat the UP team when we were watching in Araneta Coliseum and cheering for UP. Next to your wife who was cheering for Ateneo.
Yes, my wife is an Ateneo supporter.
We were with Senator Binay that time, remember?
Yes, we saw it with our own eyes.
And the chairman was also in the Coliseum.
Yes, chairman
but he was
also
wearing
in the
two
Coliseum.
jackets. He was wearing an Ateneo jacket under his UP jacket.
He had a maroon shirt with a blue jacket on top. So
I'm not sure which was on top, the UP or the Ateneo jacket.
I would like
yes,
to.
yes.
I was wearing a Red Cross jacket.
Ah, there you go. That's the best. Neutral.
That's safe. That's safe. Neutral ground. Yeah,
That's
neutral ground.
Yeah, no, we saw how good he is, Mr. Chairman.
Amazing.
So he'll be a welcome addition to the Philippine team. Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senor Mix. I'd like now to call Sinsang Go. Sinsang Go is our Chinese import in the Senate. Bong, are you there? Bong Go? Senator Go? Wala pa. Allow me
Also a
to...
very good basketball player, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, like you. You're lucky I've gotten older. I would have played with you all the time. And I would have... in the ribbon, I would have held your trousers so that you cannot jump aside.
You can play with Kong Monico. He's from the other school.
Well, Monico is from the other school. And Monico is a very good singer, by the way. Monico, welcome, Monico. Congressman Monico. You have to say a few words, Monico?
Mayong aga sa tanan.
Thank you.
Hello, mayong aga sa tanan.
Thank you, Monico.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I want to just express my gratitude to all of you. My compadre, another good basketball player, Sani Angara, the senator, and of course, Big Subiri is from Negros, so he just, he knows the Marañon very well. Not only the Bienvenido, but everybody, including the late Freddy Marañon. And right now, in the whole of Asian Football Confederation tournaments, Mr. Chairman, Bienvenido is the highest scorer up to now. So I guess you all know, all of you, that football is the #1 sport in the world, and we've never had even a close chance to join the World Cup. So I hope this time with Marañon and Stroke, another Filipino-German, we might just have a chance to qualify, and that will be a dream for Filipinos. No, so I'm very happy that most of the senators now, especially the chairman, also, you are actually showing your colors this morning, because I was with you during the game between UST and UP. So in the finals. But I also know that I guess there will be no problems today with Kwame because he plays for your team, no? So even with that, I congratulate you, Mr. Chairman, and I would like to thank everybody, Sani and Migs, for helping out, and I hope Mr. Senator Go can join us. I'm sure there's no problem with Senator Pacquiao also. So in behalf ng mga football aficionados sa Pilipinas, this is a big step. We need somebody in the forward line na makatulong talaga, because Stroke is in the middle area. So sana matulungan ito, at I would like to thank you all for taking time. Wala kaming problema sa Kongreso, and I know most of the senators are also sports-minded, and I hope you all stay. I hope you all stay in the Senate after the next election. No? So maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Marañon has lived in Bacolod for many years with us. He's like my son, together with Stefan Stroke. The two of them, they lived here, and he has a new son. So another football player later on, hopefully for this country. So, Mr. Chairman, I wish you good luck. Although mahirapan na kayo sa Ateneo ngayon, kung sa UP ka naman, hindi ko na alam kasi kung saan ka pag nag-championship ang UP at Ateneo eh. So I wish you good luck because I know you have another import aside from Kuami. So Kuami will go to the Gilas, no? To Gilas. So I thank you all. Maraming salamat. Madamo ka salamat Senator Dick, and keep up the good work with Red Cross. I've been swabbed 6 times and I'm always negative because I still play tennis almost every day. So dito sa amin sa probinsya. So Sani, maraming salamat, and 2 times is too much ha. So ingat yan. Just continue playing basket because that's one way to fight this COVID, no? I play tennis to fight it. And sa kay Migs naman, tuloy mo na lang Migs yung laban mo dyan sa Arnis because kailangan ka dyan. Especially in the next SEA Games kung makapasok. Maraming salamat sa lahat ha, Senator Amy Marcos, I saw her. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Damo ko salamat ha, Senator Dick.
Salamat sir. Madamugin na salamat sir.
Oh, congratulations in advance ha, for to Ateneo. Kung mayroon naman, kung mayroon. Sayang, nawala 2 taon eh. Sayang. Kanta-kanta na lang muna tayo.
Thank you very much. And speaking about singing, I'd like to call Mr. Senyor Marañon. Mr. Senyor Marañon, you know how to sing the national anthem. Conoces?
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Chairman. Of course, I know how to sing the Filipino anthem.
Demonstra por favor su talento en cantar.
Okay, I can stand up. I prepare my time to do it. It's no easy, eh? Look at this.
There you go. See, that's enthusiasm if I know one. Go ahead.
Vaya magiliw, pala na silaganang, alam na puso, sa dibi mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, duya ka nagmagitin, sa malulupi, di ka pasisi, sa dagat at bundo, sa simuyat, sa langit mong buhaw, may dilagang tula, at awis ang pangayamin na ama. Slangagwa-tagwa mo ito, gumpay na naginiging, ang bituin nila, araw niya kailang pamay di madidiling, lupa ng araw ng luway at ipasinta, buhay ay langanggi sa pili mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay nga dahil sa'yo.
Bravo, bravo.
Salamat.
Bravo, bravo.
Si Majority Leader naman, Mr. Chairman. Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
He sings better than some of the Bisaya friends I know.
He already upstaged the last allied, our friend Monico Ventabella, who's #1 in Tawag ng Tanghalan.
Hi, Monico, classmate.
Hello, classmate. Mayong aga.
Thank you, Senyor. I now would like to ask our guest from the government. I'm sure you know that you have to ask these questions. Mr. From the Foreign Service, Crystal and Warlina, you have any derogatory record? Do you have any objection to these gentlemen becoming citizens? Or for that matter, the Solicitor General?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, from the Department of Foreign Affairs. Hello, sir. From the Department of Foreign Affairs, we have no further comments or objections to the proposed bills granting Philippine citizenship to Mr. Kwame and Mr. Marañon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And what about the Solicitor General? Are you there?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
We have submitted our certifications, and the Office of the Solicitor General does not oppose any of these naturalization cases.
Thank you, Ms. Tabao. Who else? The immigration folks.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We interpose no objection to the naturalization of Bienvenido Marañon. And we would like to manifest, Mr. Chair, that our certification and clearance section, Attorney Vicente G. Ungcad, issued a certification that the name Bienvenido Marañon Morejon, Bienvenido Morejon Marañon does not appear in the Bureau's all departure, blacklist, watch list, and or intelligence derogatory records as of 23 February 2021, 10:14 hours. That's all.
That's wonderful news. Anyway, we have Miss Rolando Asuncion. Not from Danica. I'm sorry, from Danica. We have a comment from Danica, please. National Intelligence. Rolly.
Yes, sir. Honorable members of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Assistant Director General Rolando Asuncion, the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency's Directorate for and I am representing, Mr. Chairman, the Director General Alex Paul I. Monteagudo in today's Committee on Justice and Human Rights hearing, public hearing. We have not submitted the position paper on the bills for the main reason that as of this date, February 24, 2021, the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency has no information, I have to repeat, no information on file on Mr. Bienvenido Marañon Morejon and Kako Ang Franz William Kwame, also known as Ans Kwame. Mr. Chairman, that's all for NICA.
Thank you very much. Now we shall now hear from the National Bureau of Investigation, NBI. Are you there?
They're not here, sir.
But anyway, the immigration is part of the Department of Justice, and practically everyone has already recommended them. Mr. Sani Barrios of the Samahan Basketball ng Pilipinas. Sani, I don't think you're going to object to this gentleman, are you? And Kwame for basketball.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Of course, we highly endorse Mr. Kwame. When he came over, he was not really seriously playing 5-on-5 so far. He really just immersed himself on the 5-on-5 basketball format here in the Philippines and learned and improved his skills while with us. So he is Filipino at heart, and he deserves our naturalization efforts, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
From Samahan Basketball also. Butch.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Hi, Butch.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning.
As far as Mr. Ange Kwame is concerned, we at the SBP, like what our executive director and our chairman have said, we fully support Ange. Ange will be a big help. He has been here in the country for the past years. He has come to embrace our culture, and outside of playing basketball, I think that is equally important, embracing our culture, and we hope that you support. We are with you in this endeavor of naturalizing Ange Kwame. Thank you.
Okay, I made ask Senor Marañon to sing. Now I'm going to ask Ans Kwame. Ans, in the 5 years that you've been here, you've lived very humbly, right? And you've been accepted by your family, and you've remained, very courteous, like a Filipino who's grown up in a good family. Tell us something about yourself. Your mother is in Cote d'Ivoire, right?
Yes, Paul.
And she works there in the government. Is that correct?
She worked for the government in the national office department as an engineer.
And you've lost your father, correct?
Yes, po.
Along with Mr. Marañon has also lost his father. Senor Marañon?
Yes, sir. I lost my father like 4 years ago.
And both of you, I think, have manifested that your parents, especially your fathers, would be very, very proud to see you play for the national basketball team and the national football team. Is that correct, sir?
That's for sure.
200%.
I know that your families are very important. Hans, I have to ask you this. Who is your favorite hero in the Philippines?
My favorite hero. You talk about national hero?
Yes.
National hero, I would say Rizal, because I've been seeing in the museum and everywhere his work and everything. He really helped the Philippines to understand how they can conquer, try to fight against the colonists. So for me, I think it's one of my favorite national heroes.
And Mr. Marañon, do you share the same view of Jose Rizal?
For me, it's Lapu-Lapu, the first Filipino hero, because he was the leader who fought and won against Magallanes. For me, he faced them when they want to come inside, and he fight against them. And the history say he personally was the guy who killed Magallanes. So for me, Lapu-Lapu is the first national hero, and I keep him.
You're not saying that because you're Spanish and Magallanes is Portuguese.
I was about to say that.
Portuguese sent by the Spanish. That is why Portuguese sent by the Spanish. That's right.
But in reality, you do not consider Lapu-Lapu as a killer. He is defending what is known to him at the time was a little spot in the world called his country. Not the Philippines yet. Do you agree?
I agree that the Lapu-Lapu is for me, it's an example of how the Filipinos have to defend the land.
Yeah, and how Filipinos should fight during games with all their hearts and all their courage. Correct? Yeah. Yes. Anyway, and Hans, you have finished college in Ateneo already?
I still have 2 more years to go. I'm in 3rd year right now, so.
You're doing well.
Thank you very much.
No, I'm just asking you a question. You're doing well, are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Because Coach Baldwin will not allow his players to fail. Is that correct?
That's definitely true. Actually, academy has to be first in Ateneo. I mean, most Atenean knows that even if you're an athlete or a regular student, you have to put academics first.
Academics first.
Everything.
Which means that when you play for us, you'll be putting country first, and certainly you'll be fighting for the team even beyond your playing days. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. My heart is already dedicated to the Philippines, and it's a really choice that I really want to step in it.
Right, and of course, when the basketball days are over, what will you do to contribute to the Philippines?
Playing for the national team, actually, no matter what team I'm going, if it's here in the Philippines or outside the country, or whenever the national team call me, I will be present because this is what I really wanted. This is what I've been seeing on my dream whenever I sleep for the future. So I already call the Philippines my home. So representing the Philippines is something that really came from the bottom of my heart.
It's very refreshing because we've had players before that we gave instantaneous citizenship. And that's why I have to ask you these questions, because I believe I have to see that the players that appear to us are not being taken in just because they're players, but because they will love the country. Would that be correct in your case, sir?
I mean, I already love the country. Most of the players that I play with, we've been together in Ateneo and everything. So I feel like my base is already stable here in the Philippines. I think I will be living here for as long as I want, even if my children, my wife can be a Filipino or whatever. So this is what plan for the future.
And you speak French as well.
Yes, sir.
Français.
Bon, je parle français.
Yeah. And you speak Tagalog.
Konti lang po.
Okay. But you learn. Are there any other questions from my colleagues? Sunny? Senator Sunny?
No more, Mr. Chairman. Full support for both bills, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
We'll
Do I hear
support
a
of your
motion?
efforts. Yeah.
Do I hear a motion then? That we should
I move to prepare the
Yes.
committee reports, Mr. Chair.
Mr. President, yes, I move to approve on committee level, Mr. President, the naturalization of Bienvenido Maranyon and also Ange Kwame. Both will be distinguished players for the Philippine team. I'm looking forward to seeing them in all our major events in the future, Mr. President.
Second.
Representing being a Filipino, not an import, being a Filipino. I think that's the most important. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That's right,
Thank
because
you to my dear colleagues.
because Ange is a Filipino now. When he plays, he'll be playing as a Filipino, and we can have another import, right? That means that we'll have a tall man, and with other kids growing up in the Philippines, Ange can help them develop also with his heart and with his skill, especially the young people, and particularly our friend Mr. Marañon, Senor Marañon, who's a very good football player, and he can be teaching many young people. He's Filipino size, and certainly, although he's very dangerous, my EAs have fallen in love with him already. Very dangerous. All right. Well,
Seconded, sir.
yes. Are you seconding, Amy?
Yes, I'm seconding.
That's what I like about you. You're always there for everybody. And thank you very much. Based on that, there are no objections. I'd like to thank everybody. Oh, by the way, I'd like to call Mr. Bright, who is a football coach of Ascals. Would you like to say a few words, Ace?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning po sa lahat ng mga senators natin.
Are you Filipino? Are you Filipino or foreigner?
Half, sir. Half Australian, half Filipino po.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salamat po sa opportunity sa pagkakataong ito. It has been quite challenging bringing football to the next level, but we have seen plenty of encouraging results in recent years. And in our effort to continue the rise of the Ascals, we continue to seek ways on improving the team, and one of them is through the naturalization of Mr. Marañon, who know that can upgrade the standard of our team po.
Negros and Iloilo have become the major for raising our messiahs for sports. And of course, certainly, Ans Kwame will certainly do us proud. Ans, you were in Taiwan, right? And now they don't want to invite us there anymore. We were the only college team that gave them a scare, right?
They're afraid. They're afraid, sir.
I'm sure Sani Angara is familiar with the fact that our team played in Taiwan, and
Yes.
they beat.
I think it's 2 years ago, no? 2 years
That's
ago.
right. They beat the Taiwanese twice.
Yeah.
We only lost to Korea, but we'll get back at them, right, Ans?
That's for sure, sir.
That's the spirit. And we'll have Senor Marañon becoming the new I don't like the other guy. I like Messi. You're gonna be the organized one, organizado instead of Messi.
Yeah, I hope, sir. I will try to do my best. Messi just won, but I will try to be close to him.
All right, wonderful. We look forward to your stint in the Philippine team, and we look forward to being a compatriot. We're proud of you. You know your history, and also both Ange and you. And certainly with your addition in football, with your skills, we can be a football player. And with Ange there, we will be a taller team. And if he makes us family here, we'll have taller Filipinos. Anyway, thank you all very much. I'd like to thank all the guests from the government. Thank you for your contribution. You do us all proud. And this meeting is now adjourned. But I would like to ask everybody that since we have already approved this, I wonder if I can prevail on my good friend, my inaanak, the Basque senator, to make sure that it is calendared this afternoon. We'll try.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we promise to prioritize this and pass it right away in the floor. If not today, we can do it next week. We can get this out.
That's correct. We should try and do that. And when they are given their citizenship, I'd like both gentlemen to be at the session hall to have a photograph with the Senate President and all the other senators. Would that be nice? I think it would be nice. Right.
Perfect.
Thank you all very much. And now that we have already approved it, the session is now this meeting of the Committee on Justice on the citizenship, approving the citizenship application of Ans Kwame and Bienvenido Marañon is now terminated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.